Okay, let's get started. All right. So back to what we were doing somewhat of yesterday, which was not only running the Long Island Railroad, but also sort of exploring the environment of the Long Island Railroad. We're going to try and place more objects. Of course, we will run trains, but getting some of those objects placed is also part of the goal today. So we'll start walking. Let's start in Forest Hills. Seems like as good a place as any to start. Which long delay? Oh, the one on the Ronkonkoma train? Yes, it was. So this is Forest Hills. I remember they renovated this when I was little, and it now does not fit in with basically any other station. So we're in the underpass right now. Whenever I'm looking to place a map like this one, or to you find, posters or fire extinguishers, first place you always look is near platform shelters. Kind of like what would be in there, or down those underpasses. Always the first place. Apparently there's a fire extinguisher. You see what I mean? Hello, how's it going? So, this is a very small station that we're looking at right now. Go down here. For some reason, everybody in this game stands on the yellow line. I have no idea why, but people find it extremely amusing to stand on that yellow line. Nice. See, this lady that we get. I don't get why they scripted it like this. Got this lady right on the edge. You get this lady pushing the limits of the platform edge. This guy's not even paying attention on the platform edge. Dude, shift it. Come on. Go. Bugger off. Ooh, poster. Bright lights on Broadway. Same four signs as always. So what do I think of the M9s? Are they nice? Yeah. I mean, I think in a lot of ways they're like the M7s. What is this fucker doing? in some ways nicer because they have the updated technology. One of the things that I really like about the M9s. No, they do not, which is the downside. In all fairness, probably no train ever again, except ones like the Air Train will have a rail fan window. Unfortunately. Alright. You got freaking twins with different colored hair, apparently. Okay, so you got used to guys who look very similar, and used to ladies who look very similar, standing right next to each other on the edge of the platform. What is this, like a let's all stand with our backs to the edge of the platform parade? Like, you got these two guys, this guy and that guy. They all look alike, and they're all standing on the edge of a dang platform. Like, a train just came through, people. See if there's another train coming anywhere. That's the one that skipped through. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that one's probably... There's a 6 car coming out of Penn. That's probably going to only, whatchamacallit, Woodside to go to Port Wash. And then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's probably coming through. And I think it leaves at a quarter after, so in 10 minutes. You guys got an issue with something? Oh, you can't walk through them. Is there another train coming the other way? No. Yes, they did. DTG made both of them. Oops. Just walk over to Kew Gardens, I guess. So, DTG, Dovetail Games, makes Railworks Train Simulator and Train Sim World. How often do the trains come by Woodside during rush in this game or in the real world? It's a big difference. Well, I'll just answer both. So in the real world, it's every couple minutes. When the Long Island Railroad's pushing out as many trains as they can, they're pushing out as many trains as they can. I think there's a train through Woodside like every 5 minutes or something. It's pretty insane. In the game, it's once an hour all the time. Yeah, you should be, but I mean, those are simulating going on every line, and of course, Dovetail could have done that and just have them, diverge off the map when they get to, or like despawn, go through a fence and despawn when they get to Jamaica. But of course, they didn't do that. Why is one better than the other? What, one of the Railworks versus Train Sim World? Train Sim World, they're very different. So Train Sim World, you You walk around, you can get out of the train, you can do what I'm doing right now, which is just aimlessly walking. Which you can't do in Railworks. The big thing it's got Railworks going for it is there's a lot more content. The routes are a lot better, typically a lot longer. In Railworks, we actually have the Northeast Corridor from. I think they put out Philadelphia to New York. No, they put out Philadelphia to New York. Then they put out New York to New Haven, and then because you can make third-party developers, like third parties can develop stuff for it, they have all the way to Boston. Although that's a workshop. It's kind of shady. It works. It's, nothing wrong with it. I don't know if it's still being worked on. It's good though. Here, there's no third-party content yet. There's no editors, so you can't go in and monkey with things. Like, I create accurate timetable scenarios for Train Simulator 2020 that don't work. I can't do that in Train Sim World. There's no editor to do it in. So. Hopefully, a lot of those problems will be fixed, because the timetables they have in timetable mode on Train Sim World are roughly as accurate as trying to tell time with a slice of cheese or something. They're pretty awful. There should be a ton more trains running. There should be it's just not good. Will they ever fix the crossings in Train Sim World? Probably not. I got nothing else to add to that one. Kew Gardens. This station really is kind of a nothing. I don't even think that cross under exists. There is an exit from it over here. I think it leads up to that street. Can't really remember. I know there's an exit over here though. It's now 6 cars log. They have built sort of temporary platforms out the end. See, you guys are good. You're all standing back. There's no fire extinguishers or anything like that? No, there's no train coming. A train doesn't leave Penn Station for another 5 minutes. And my guess is the damn thing doesn't even stop here. They only stop at these stations like every 3 hours. Nothing in here. This might be the most boring station I've found so far. They didn't even put like the extras in here. Yes, you see where they have all this crap lying around? They've extended these platforms. Sort of. They're like temporary at this point. Out that far. They're like metal decks. Sort of. Really? Who screwed up? Why is that track 1 sign so damn small? Huh! You actually got off the platform. Maybe there's something over here. Let me go in here. Well, that was exciting for nothing. I don't think I'm supposed to be able to go this far. This is not normal. So where am I if I look on the map? I'm over here. See what happens if I just start walking this way. How's it going? Why did they build all these houses? There's no way you're supposed to have been able to go this far. It's like some Easter egg or something? Or did they literally just forget to put a fence in? No, these aren't. These are fake buildings and whatnot. I have no idea what's going on with these side access. That project is such a disaster. It's like an ex Long Island Railroad branch here or something. The third track, I was filming in New Hyde Park and Maryland Avenue last week before, and they have built all temp platforms. Whoa! They have built all like temporary platforms for it, and torn out the original platforms, backed everything up. I'm gonna fall through this bridge. Damn it! Back on the track. Yeah, it should be. I think they already might have torn down Nassau Tower. They're gonna have to, because that's the side they're building the third track on. Let's see if that train has left Penn yet. Because if it stops here, we'll get on it. Well, it can't because this one's pulling in and they don't seem to... Could they put in East Wilson? It would have been nice! Yeah, so this train's coming out. Who knows if it's going to stop here or not. So, you want to wait? Should we wait for the train? We could take the train to Mineola or something. If it stops and if it's M3s, we will enjoy the railfan window. If it doesn't stop and it's... It doesn't really matter, does it? We'll be here for a bit, though. Yeah, see... Oh, they actually built the cars. They chose a weird thing. I'm gonna have to do a, hello there. We have to do a whole stream just on, like, exploring off of the part of the game you're supposed to explore. Is there a Metro North simulator? Yes, the Railworks Train Sim 2020 has Metro North routes on it. Oops. They got the Hudson Line, New Haven Line, Supposedly somebody's working on the Harlem line. I have yet to know if that's true or not. But if they do, that would make up the whole thing. That was so freaking annoying. I'm never running that again. Now that I've done that one, I'm never doing that again. Did I post that video? I think I posted that video. I'm trying to pull one clip a day, basically, off of the live stream. And then I'm going to use that one clip, like send that one clip a day to the regular YouTube channel, you know, just to my YouTube channel. And that'll be sort of, you know, clip a day. The posting video of the day. I keep doing that. Alright, so let's see. Where is it? Is it out of the river already? Oh no. So this is Long Island City. I know it looks like it goes through, but it's actually going over the river tunnels. They have all of these credited as platforms, even though none of those platforms are in service. That's the scenario that starts there. Signal, yellow. Because then he's going to do that over and back thing. Comes this way. If he stops at Woodside, there's a good chance he's going to stop here, because a lot of them seem to stop everywhere. But I think like Woodside gets a train every 2 hours, and then we get like Kew Gardens, Forest Hills gets a train every like 3 hours by Dovetail's cockamamie schedule. We can go into these platforms. We got time, so. No, so they put the fence under the platform. You can climb through the platform, but they forgot to put the fence at the bottom of the stairs. Can I go back this way? Nope, there it is. You're not hitting your head because you can go under the platform. It's just weird. And this station's a complete ripoff because you can't even place stuff. Now I find the timetable, ouch, the timetables to be like the only fun part of this stupid route. Where's that train? How long for what? There's a set. Of course, it didn't stop. I could have walked to get my now. So let's go to, people were talking about the Oyster Bay train in East Williston and whatnot. So let's Nothing ever stops at Hillside. I don't know why. That's Hollis. You have to be on a Hempstead train for that. That's Belmont. That's Queens Village. That's a Hempstead train coming inbound. Oops. What else have we got? That's Floral Park, but that train just sitting there. New Hyde Park, Maryland Avenue, Mineola. So the Mineola actually extends, the Oyster Bay actually extends really far from Mineola. It goes all the way out here. Because nothing in this game makes sense. Kingdom 101, nothing makes sense. East Wilson, I think, is actually right here. They just didn't make it, which is really stupid because there's actually electric trains that go there. Where'd that thing go? Now is when we'll get some interesting information, because whether or not it stops here sort of tells us if we should start lighting it. Oh, come on, pick it up. Okay, he's accelerating. That's good. He's on the local track, so that's at least a step in the right direction, although I think everything takes the local track, whether it's a local or an express, so it really doesn't matter. He's got the green signal. Come on, stop. It's interesting that they drew this, isn't it? Because it makes it look like these two tracks are on the lowest level, then the 7 trains on the middle, and then the platforms are on the upper level. Is he stopping? Looks like he is stopping. Either he's stopping or he forgot how the throttle works. But yeah, so this is also, did I mention this one's a 6-car platform now? So they built, don't walk on the tracks, kids. They built in the clearways here. Just, it's really kind of rickety looking, but I guess it's fine. It's like steel platforms on top of like jacks. And they stopped throwing random crap here, which they used to actually do. Wait, Suburban Sunset, they send this train onto track 7 where? I don't know if I've played that one. Track 7 in Penn Station. That most certainly does not happen. I can't believe there's not a map down here. Like, almost every station I've been to, you go down the stairs into the tunnel, they got these shady looking lights that never turn on, and a big old poster on the wall. This station didn't have shit except a plant going through the stairs. But then, like, Forest Hills had multiple things. I don't get there. Whatever. Where do you start when you pick up the Suburban Sunset scenario? Like, what's the starting point for it? Maybe I'll run that today. I figured it would. I know it must have been the M7 because I've done all the M3 scenarios. That doesn't look like 80. I guess he's stopping. Okay, so if the train's gonna stop at our door, it'll be out here. Even though very few trains make Woodside Kew Gardens in for, oh, the heck with that? It's taking forever. Come on, you stupid train. But, like, even on the weekend, there would have been 4 or 5 trains by now. Because you got, in the real world, you got Port Wash trains every 30 minutes. You got Babylon trains every 30 minutes. You got Huntington trains every hour. You got Ronkonkoma trains every hour. And then you got some Hempsteads laced in there. I forget how frequent they go to Penn. You got tons of trains coming through here. Realistically. I don't think he's slowing down. So in reality, pretty much every train that makes Forest Hills makes Kew Gardens, and the reverse. And if they don't make one, they don't make the other. So theoretically, he's not stopping here. But this is Dovetail Games. Anything's possible in Dovetail Games, except accuracy. Otherwise, everything's possible. So I think what we're going to get is a face full of M3s going fast through here. We're going to get a face full of M7s going through here at a high rate of speed is what we're going to get. Well, that was worth the wait. Oops, not timetable. Back. Scenarios. Suburban Sunset operate a local service on its final leg from Ronkonkoma to Penn Station. How is this a scenario that's any different from a regular timetable, except it guarantees you that you're going to be making all local stops? That's what I don't get when they go, we've got scenarios. What's the point? Whatever. I don't know why I question the gods of Dovetail Game. Ow! Dovetail Games anymore. Clearly, they know more than the rest of us about how simulators should work. Suburban Sunset. I think we just missed the train. Welcome to Hicksville. For this shift, you'll be completing the final leg for a train to Penn Station. You just missed one. According to this game, they been up for an hour. So if you're gonna tell me I gotta see her for a goddamn hour, ain't gonna be good. Oh, you could see some M3s come in though. It's kind of nice. I can wait, I'm fanning these M3s. Do we not believe in opening doors? Let's see where we're stopping today. This train is stopping at Westbury, Carl Place, Mineola, Maryland Avenue, New Hyde Park, Floral Park, Jamaica, Penn Station. Haven't run the M7s in a while. DTG does not care if they have a rail fan to help them. They are offered tons of help that they don't even have to pay for. They still don't take the advice. Man, that horn's bad. Why am I limited to 40? They also need to learn the damn difference between an interlocking you're crossing over in and one that you're going straight through. Because if you're going straight through, then you get the speed limited. If you're going, or sorry, if you're diverging, you can speed limit. If you're going straight through, you shouldn't. Unless you're playing Train Simulator. Man, these things need help in the sound department, in the horn department anyway. They're not awful. They're a lot better than the M3s. But they need a little help. No, they're not. They don't even try. Now, I know you all have probably heard my comparison on the M3s. I don't have in-cab sounds for the M7s, so I can't do that comparison. But it's not that different. I'll put it that way. I hit the button a little too early. So if you listen carefully, the door sounds are wrong on the M3, but they're just a copy of the one from the M7. If you listen carefully to the horn of the M3s, it's just a copy of the one on the M7. What else is wrong? A bunch of other stuff is just copies from what they used here. And it's not even close to being right. Hello, sir. How are you doing tonight? I guess, yeah. But, like, when they made the M7s, they're not that bad. They have problems, but they're not that bad. And then when they made the Caltrain stuff was really good. I really enjoy those trains. So, you know, before, when everything was sort of a standard level of not right, you sort of forgave them for everything because it was like, you know, okay, they're just not good at this. Then when some stuff started coming out that was really good, you're like, hey, they're stepping their game up. This is great. And then they put the M3s out, and it's like, what the hell is this? Okay, why was his doors opening just as loud as, or louder than when my doors open? So, Kingdom 101, yes. Brian Monroe, yes. That answers both of those questions. Why couldn't they? Laziness. Are the M3s still running? Yes, they are. Thank God. There's no way this many people are getting on here. Holy smokes. So the M9s were supposed to replace the M3s, but because the M9s are so delayed and have issues and all sorts of stuff, they are ending up refurbishing some of the M3s and keeping them around anyway, so that they're replacing them slowly. I'll say they're spending the money to put PTC in a whole bunch of the M3s, so they're not planning on scrapping them tomorrow, at least. Yeah, the scenarios are painfully slow with the doors. But I think the M7s were always slower than the M3s are. I don't know. It seems like they're doing at least some work on the M3s to make them better. Or to, make them run and all that. They're upgrading stuff. Yeah, this horn is crap. This is the train to Penn Station. The next station is Marylawn Avenue. Oh my god, just get the on and let's go. If a Long Island really sat here this long, there were a whole bunch of things they're supposedly doing. That was new. But they've also had like several issues, and who knows? You can't get train cars built well anymore. Ah, crap, I got up. I was about to say, where's my propulsion sounds? Whoop, not with that signal, I don't. Okay, I'm starting to think they may have just picked random signals to show sometimes. Whatever. If the game doesn't care, I don't care. The way it showed the boxes was that I was going to have one car out anyway, so. I love how they do this. They put characters, or whatever you want to call it, people, standing in the middle of the entryway so you can't actually use the damn door. People, the train is here. And then people don't get on either, so I just don't get this game sometimes. Let's go. New Hyde Park next. I think we'll go M3 Horn at New Hyde Park. So they're delivered that way, but they're not under their own power at that point. They're being towed. Hello, sir. Right at the edge of the crossing. They just don't have them on. They don't put the third rail shoes on until they get to, till they get on property. Even with subway cars that are trucked in, they don't have the third rail shoes on. Like when they delivered New York City subways. Oh, you're freaking kidding me. When we deliver the 179s for the subway, they don't have shoes on. There's actually a couple of reasons. One of the reasons that they do deliver them without shoes on is that the third rail shoe is designed that if they hit something, they break off. They're breakaway. So if the train hit a close clearance or something like that in shipment, or just the very act of loading them onto rail cars, that we could break the shoes off. And then you broke a set of shoes, which is not a bad thing. It doesn't break anything other than the shoe, but it's a pain in the ass. And then you're going to end up putting them on anyway. So, it's just easier. Yeah, I don't know why they truck deliver the subway cars at this point. They didn't used to. It's a fairly new thing. Okay, so that's about as tight a spot as there is. It still opens up the back cars. And somebody fucked up and the platform's a little too short. Remember, a lot of subway systems aren't connected to mainline rail anymore. I mean, this New York City subway is, but only in like one spot. I think it's once a day it's used. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. I haven't run these in a long time, if you can't tell. The one time I don't want to be crossed over. You can't keep setting the overspeed alarm off once I've got the train past a certain brake notch. It's in suppression. It suppresses that damn alarm. Hi, how are you? Can I run one thing in this game without getting pissed off and going on a rant? Or am I just doomed to every time I play this game getting pissed at something and complaining about it and yelling? Hey, M3s. Even the sound is fucked up. Come on! Each car... What the... Ah! There's only one way to answer this. Dovetail Games makes Train Sim World the most accurate simulator and production companies ever. The only thing they can get right is that the stupid alarm goes off at 80. They can't even figure that out right on the M3s, because half the time you clear it, and when you go to take power again at 78, the thing frickin' dumps you with no warning. Sorry, I'm calm now. Stupid game. So far, the majority of the streams that I've been doing have been Train Sim World Long Island Railroad. And that's sort of because of all the new stuff for it. It's not going to stay all Long Island Railroad, it's not going to stay all Train Sim World. One of the live streams that I'm thinking of doing is actually going to be using X-Plane Simulator. For those of you who don't know, I'm a pilot. Currently a furloughed pilot, but a pilot. And some of the content that I want to do is actually using X-Plane, where I do know how to actually fly the planes and plan to show what it's like to fly either long distance or even short stuff, and maybe you can teach a little bit about it. I was a flight instructor for a while. I'm currently furloughed from a commuter airline, so I do know quite a bit about what I'm talking about. And I'm going to be doing some streams based around that. They will be also in this 4 o'clock time slot, or is that what I'm saying? Yeah, 4 o'clock time slot that I've been using for quite a while. Oops. This week. I'm going to be trying to put daily live streams out every day at 4, as I've been doing. And, yeah. Not that we're in a stream or anything, I'm just, mentioning it. So it'll be about 4 p.m. Every day. And a lot will be Train Sim World, some will be Train Simulator. I do have the London Underground Metropolitan line now for it, but I can't get it to work right. Just because I need to read the manual. It's Train Sim Pro stuff. It's pro stuff. So, yes, the subway is connected in 2 spots, but try running over the rail lines by Costco on 3rd Avenue. There's nothing left back there. If you could go through there at 5, you're lucky, without coming off. Where are we going? We're a Penn train. Penn trains leave from track 2. or track 1, depending what they are. Brooklyn trains leave from track 3, not Penn trains. See, I feel sometimes like they wanted to get creative. Be like, well, we don't want to make everything the same all the time. Except that's how this railroad runs. Like, there's certain things on the Long Island Railroad that never change. So why are we reinventing the wheel here when it's supposed to simulate the Long Island Railroad? Yeah, no, they don't never use it, but it's not very usable. Hold on one second. The fuck was that? Sorry. We're back. Hey, more trees. Coming from Brooklyn. That have the headlights on dim, so they only have the bottoms on, which... Well, actually, in that paint scheme, those wouldn't be there, but they're not barking up the totally wrong tree. I don't recall the M3s being this loud. Or did somebody just crank... Way back? I don't remember the M3s being quite this loud unless someone just cranked the aircon on this train way up. Like, why is this so loud? Okay, what the heck was that? Whatever, I've given up asking some of that stuff as if I really want to know the answer. Like, I didn't even have the damn window open, it was that loud. Yeah, that window's shut. No, there wasn't. It was just... Like, what the... was that? Man, I gotta really get the editing going when I get this video put out. Next stop is New York Penn. Fair enough. Why the hell did you bring us all the way over to track 3 just to go all the way back over again? Doesn't make any sense. Train Sim World, the most accurate simulator ever. Wait, sound fades though? I mean, sound usually just cuts off, right? That's how it works. The train goes by, the horn goes... It doesn't fade. I would love to see some third party show up and make the Long Island Railroad for Train Sim 2020 at this point. Oh, I'd laugh so hard. Really? I mean, it's bad on PC, but that sounds a lot worse. I mean, if you look at the reviews for this thing on Steam, they're pretty trashed. But also, it should, if you're going to claim you're making the premier simulator, it should be correct. People have sent them the damn files to make the horn sounds right. So, like, that's what I don't get. Is, like, I understand that if you're not from New York, you don't know, and it's sort of okay, you know. But that's not okay anyway, because then you're just false advertising people. But as soon, so you know how Dovetail Games does a release, like a pre-release live stream, talking about the route and doing a little running on it? I commented on that video, this horn is wrong, and then I replied to my own comment because I thought of it a minute later. I have the horn, I can give you the files, contact me. They have it. You know that horn that I keep hitting that people like? That, they can have that recording. Yeah, I'll give it to him. Yeah, that is how the M3, that's actually recorded on an M3. Yeah, that's what they're supposed to sound like. They can have that exact recording or any of the others they want from my YouTube videos. I have plenty of front window, railfan window footage that they can have. But that's how wrong it is. The horn that I have in the game right now that you've heard me play on the M3s is the updated sound pack somebody put out. And it's close. But that's the actual horn. It's a Leslie RS2M, and the sound pack that came out is using one. But the way that they enclosed it, or however the car reverberates it, changes the sound a little bit. And that's what makes it so unique to these cars. And the thing that the horns are missing on the simulator is that stereotype squeak that the M3 horn has. When you listen to the horn, it makes this like squeak as you're opening the valve. They don't do that in the game, and that's one of the things that's like instantly recognizable as one of these. As one of those. Okay, what was that? Please tell me everyone heard that sound. That was one of the most ridiculous sounding things I've ever heard in my life. What is there, 10 feet of space between those cars? Holy crap! What the sound the M3s made when they went by. I mean, it sounds like an alarm with a socks shoved in it or something. They should have made a long route with the Northeast Corridor with the Acela fleet, but did they? No, they made, let's see, Newark Airport to New Rochelle. Where is Newark Airport to New Rochelle useful? Nothing, because nothing stops at Newark Airport and New Rochelle. I always forget there's a speed limit drop here. Got it. At some point, I feel like I heard them say, or somebody say, that if they made them longer, people wouldn't be interested for that long. Like, people don't have a long enough attention span for stuff. Like, I don't know about you guys, but personally, if you made New York to run, like New York Penn to run, Montauk, once I remember how to talk, I would be more than happy. It can't be a game engine problem. It's using Unreal 4. I think it's a lazy developer problem. Where the hell did that train just come from? What the? What is with this game and giving you speed codes that are fine to all of a sudden tanking you to 15? Like, the whole point of cab signaling is that you get a gradual slowdown. I gotta delete the sound pack and see if that fixes that horrific fan problem, and some dude in that train just disappeared. But like the whole point of the way the Long Island Railroad is signaled is that you don't have to go to whole signal blocks to get speed code changes. This thing is ridiculous. 60, 15, that's not how this works. Why is he crossing in front of me anyway? Another one? Oh, I don't have a choice. I'm crossing in front of him, I guess. Like into him. I mean, at this point, I don't trust when they stop you for 10 seconds, because every time they do, I end up sitting somewhere for an hour. That signal should not net a 60. I'm gonna do it because I run by what the trains tell me. The train tells me, but that signal does not tell me 60. Now I got a 40. What the bleep? I'm gonna bleep that anyway. Is this about? That was interesting. Okay, I'm so confused at this point. So one of the trains went to line 2. One's going in 4, and it looks like we're gonna go 4 as well. Clear signal. We're good for 60. Let's go. Oh no, I think we're going in 2 here. Where are we going? I don't even know. We'll find out. Yeah, we're going in line 2. Oh, the M3s are going to Long Island City. We're making Hunters Point Ave. You know what? What? Why did my screen just turn white? Like my front windshield. Train Sim World, the most accurate simulator ever. Why can't I see out the end of the tunnel right now until I get close and then it disappears? Again, the only thing they can get right is if that number gets high. Yeah, I don't know. Hey look, it's the light at the end of the tunnel coming around the corner, which is weird because this tunnel doesn't end here. It just turns into Penn Station. So what do we think of the pulsing tunnel sounds? What happens if I open the window? Now we get the weird tunnel sounds and the outside tunnel sounds. Okay, start slowing down. So we're gonna go left when we get out of the tunnel. World of Subways 4. Yeah. Not very accurate. Isn't that the one that had like 4 or 5 points on the controller? Where are we going? Amtrak just lost its mind. New Jersey Transit's going postal. I don't know how I get a 60 code in here. Okay, Long Island Railroad uses track 7. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, this happens every day. No, it doesn't. World of Subways 4 had, like, all the World of Subways games have so many problems. Objective complete. Get out. Last stop. Is he actually gonna make me lock the doors? Well done. That completes this duty. The train is sticking through the platform. Like, can I point that out, that the train is sticking through the platform? Like, pretty badly. I got a gold! Yeah, nice shot with the train sitting in the middle of the platform. No, I'm definitely not doing that again. Or doing the M7 introduction, because they're... No. Just no. Alright, so, I think... Let's look at the other scenarios. So that one's done. Race day run. Yeah, they can, actually. So, they want you to run an express service to Floral Park, from Jamaica to Floral Park. And then all stops to Hempstead. You mean like most regular Hempstead trains? No. Kings and Queens. The line to West Hempstead has been closed at Locust Manor for engineering works. What a British way of putting that. Drive a service from Atlantic Terminal to Jamaica, then return to Atlantic Terminal. Alright guys, I know you were trying to come up with a scenario that would sound cool, but West Hempstead barely has any service from anywhere that's not Valley Stream, which is already way off the map over that way. So, how on earth would this ever happen to a West Hempstead train? But I'm not playing it anyway, so I don't really care. Yeah, that's a good point. West Hempstead doesn't even go through Locust Manor. West Hempstead goes through St. Albans. So... this game... Is this why people tune into this? They just want to see me get pissed off at this game? I think this is the one that's Ronkonkoma to Penn, but it doesn't make any stops. Have they made Metro North for TSW? No. Metro North is basically complete for Train Sim 2020, so they're probably not going to. Let's run New York Penn to Ronkonkoma to Penn. Let's try that. Wait, hold on. Let's do this. This is a peak train. Should be a fun run. Wait, hold on a second. Now that people are talking about how the Northeast Corridor cracks people up, we're going back a bit, because if I pull up the corridor, I think it has more service than the Long Island Railroad. No, it only goes to Hicksville. Okay, so let's just pick a middle of the day time. 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay. New Rochelle to Newark Liberty. At 6 o'clock. At 6:02, we have Newark to Newark Liberty. We have at 6:15 a train, at 6:20, at 6:35, at 6:44. Are you fucking kidding me? New York Penn to Sunnyside. Harrisburg to Penn, which is Newark. Newark Liberty Airport to New Rochelle. New Rochelle to Newark Liberty. These things are constant. They don't run this much service. And then if you pull up the Metroliner cab car, which only does the train back and forth to Harrisburg, there are not this many. There's not a 4:30, a 6, it's a 6:05. Oh wait, is that the same direction? Oh, it's always the same direction because it's the cab car. 7:31, 9:11, 10:48, 12:20. Really, there's this much service to Harrisburg? What if I take up the switcher? No, you only put 4 trains together. And it takes 2 hours to do it. To hell with that. Wow, that engine made a weird noise. Frankly, they would have been better off if they'd made, like, New York Penn to Trenton or something. No, when Amtrak is running a normal weekday schedule, there is not this much service. Not even close. There's a Northeast Regional every couple hours, I think. Maybe there's one an hour. Definitely not this. There is no way that... Okay, so, for example, there is no trains in this time frame. The last train is 66, or 65, or something like that. Depending what day of the week it is, the number changes. And it leaves Penn at like 3 in the morning. This does not exist. Maybe they're both an hourly service. I don't really remember. Not that important. But there's not a Washington, D.C. to Boston at 3:35 in the morning and at 3:55 in the morning. There's not a Operated in Northeast Regional Service, northbound from Newark Liberty International Airport. Be aware of the extended layover in Penn. Oh, this is the same train. It just starts from a different place? What the heck is the point in that? This can't be the same train because it leaves 2 minutes later. Southbound from New Shell, be aware of the extended layover in Penn. I'm so confused. So is this Boston to DC, this Boston to DC? Oh, this one stops at Secaucus Junction at 4:20 in the morning. This one stops at the airport and the Secaucus Junction. That's a Harrisburg train. I'm gonna run one of these because I haven't run one of these in a long time. I want to find one though that makes Secaucus. Here we go. Let's run this. Boston to DC at 9:20 in the morning. Like, I don't freaking get some of this. Ouch. See, when you say that the M7 starting sound is good, yeah, which proves they can do good work, which makes everything even more frustrating. Because clearly, if you can do decent work, why don't you? Oh, that's right. I can actually use the brake handle now. William, thanks for the follow. Okay, loading passengers. Come on, people. You gotta get out and inspect the pantograph. Oh, looks good. Back in we go. Sit down. Wait until 9:22. Cars look good. Now, these are the early cars where they didn't want you to be able to jump off while the train was moving, so they auto-lock the doors. See, watch, as soon as it starts moving. I didn't do that, and then you can't open it again. The Silverliner sleeper train? You see, Penn to Trenton's only 57 miles. TTG lazy. You are damn correct about that, my friend. You are extremely correct. Jackery, thank you. Whoop, there we go. Oh, at least we can go 80. It's easier to do 80 when you got two engines on your set. Nice city sprinter, though. See, the thing that drives me crazy about some of what Dovetail does is they come out with these models that are really nice. But then they just screw up the simplest, like, the models come out really nice, right? Like, I think the M3s that I've now repainted to look like M1s look really good. I'm going to take that pack off at some point, change it up. But then they screw up some of the stuff that's just so basic, like choosing which part of the route to make. Stuff like that. You know, beautiful New York to Trent. New York to Philadelphia again. New York to Boston. New York to Washington. Yeah, those are long stretches, but people would run it. Whoops. What's the deal? Why did it just go into suppression? I wasn't speeding. I wasn't going above maximum authorized speed according to that little box. I don't get that one. Again? Okay, I'm turning this off because it doesn't give you any time to react to it. Well designed, Dovetail. Well designed. The instant the signal drops, there goes the train. Why did the thing still cut in? I just cut it out. At least I tried to cut it out. It's cut out. Okay, whatever. It says I'm good for 70. Well, Hitler of a thing. That time it acknowledged. I'm confused as hell, but... Oops. No, it doesn't make any sense how they choose routes for this. They pick shit from all over the place. They pick weird part. There's no damn cut in! They pick weird sections of routes. They pick, like, not full routes. I don't get it. Now what? Hicksville to Huntington is 8 miles. Hicksville to Ronkonkoma is not that far either. You know, they could have done even Farmingdale, because at least that's a terminal. Like, it's not a very widely used one, but during rush hour there are several trains that come out of Farmingdale. I'm going to be late because I'm scared to get near the damn speed limit now. And I can't shut them off either, so the hell with this. I wanted Huntington. My big want for that was Huntington to Penn Station. That's what I was looking for. I ain't fan of. The weird part was I'd switched that system off, and it still wasn't working right. Let's just run some M3s. Well, yeah, Oyster Bay plus C3s. That would be the ultimate. But with the job they did on the M3s, what do you think? They're going to put the same damn horn on the C3s and diesels? Which is, just embarrassing. Alright, we know this is going to be interesting at least. Someone's making the D30s for Train Sim 20. Why? They going to make the Long Island Railroad? Because I get anal about this kind of thing. To the back. Because they never put the marker lights on. Which would be a very minor thing you'd have to do. Oh, I'll run them everywhere. But, Can somebody seriously make the Long Island Railroad for Train Sim 2020? Oh, Jesus. Did I just hit my head on the car marker? Yep. Stupid car markers. Okay. I love how you can't initiate the doors to close in less than brake position 4, but then you can immediately bring it to a power notch and it'll still close. This is the horn pack that somebody made. So much better than the original. Good, because it's better. It's still not quite right, but... yeah, I think it is a 10 car. Oh good, now we're good for 80. What's next? Mineola. Yeah, so, again, this is the horn that's actually in the game. I'm gonna use my M3 recording that I have that, for most of the crossings when we go over them. this is the sound pack. This is going to be the horn that I've been using that I recorded. Timing's a little off. Hey. Waiting to see if Dovetail will ever make any, take any interest in updating the horns actually for this, so that I can stop pushing a button on my keyboard to blow that horn sequence. But they probably won't. I picked a good train. This is a nice run. Okay, yeah, that's true too. No, I doubt they'll actually fix anything in this game. They'll just keep putting stuff out and hoping people pay for it. Meh. Better than overshooting. I'm early anyway. Well, it must be. I mean, they kind of have a monopoly on the market right now. There's one train simulator other than Run 8 or Train Z or whatever it is. That game's kind of crap. Oh, nice. Jamaica's next. Yeah, the bells thing is weird because it's not just Long Island that's like that. Metro North doesn't have bells, and New Jersey Transit does not have bells on their MUs. I don't know if SEPTA does. I forgot about the speed control thing. It always goes off here. Yeah, I didn't think so. Is it gonna do that thing where it drops the speed code on me to 40 or whatever? Okay, apparently it doesn't do it this way. Every time you go through this the other way, you have to slow way down because it thinks that you're crossing over here even when you don't. You can almost get through there at 70 if you kick the power off, put a little brake on, acknowledge it, just let it start slowing down, and then kick it back into full right before you'll make it through if you time it right as it's about to dump. Hey. All the crossings in this game are gone, or are about to be gone, which is kind of tragic. But if you want to hear a lot of horns on Long Island Railroad, it'll be Farmingdale from now on, I guess. Was that just a headlight reflection of some other train that showed up in my windshield with the door closed? How's that even possible? I love the speed control they have on here too. If you go overspeed the ATC, sometimes if you go overspeed, like by a mile an hour, and then it clears, it drops back down. You know, you drop back below the speed limit you have to be at. You clear it, and then you give it a little power, just to maintain that speed, and then the bell rings for about half a second and then dumps you anyway with no way to fix it. I've gotten that a couple of times now. I just don't even care anymore because... Interesting. Interesting. Because as long as this is the case, I don't really care. No, I usually get the 3 miles. It's just barely. But it drops to 3. But I don't even care. It's just like, whammo. Game's just stupid. I mean, I'm kind of irked that they made this cab with the way it is now, with the stupid seat, whatever it's called, PTC boards in it. I also like how almost all of the trains from Ronkonkoma or Huntington stop at Hillside, but none do in the game. Not a single one. I'm sure if someone figured out how to modify the outside already, at some point somebody could figure out the inside. Double ring. That's got to be serious. The only thing that these cars don't have at all that I wish they did was the buzzer. You know, like, or even when the door's closed, you get the buzzer. Like they do for real, but... that could always be modified in. Hey, it's the Belmont Park shuttle train. Now I should get a 15. Or not. Signals are also wrong. And you got a perfect button, B, that doesn't do anything, that you could just make go, eh. Wouldn't be hard. I also like the hourly service out of Penn Station. So, like, if you actually wander around and want to ride... you know, like from station to station and look around, you have to wait an hour at each one, or walk. Thank you for the subscriber. At least you got the stopper in the stop marker in the real spot with the front end sticking off the front of the platform. Sorry, I don't have the brakes far enough over, so it won't unlock. It won't let you initiate closing the doors until you have at least brakes 5 on the HED, which means nothing because it's not a notched brake handle. But then as soon as you start them closing, you can put the brakes wherever you want. Because that makes sense. I need a haircut. Fanrail, are you still here? Is the headlight switch wrong? Because for some reason I feel like the headlight switch is upside down. It's on bright now. Isn't bright up? As memory serves, bright is up. But they have bright down. I mean, I know I'm getting nitpicky, talking about which way up the headlight switch is supposed to be. But I could swear from riding these cars to Long Island all the time, up is bright. Unless the M1's had it different. No, I'm wrong. Huh. Okay, fair enough. Huh. Okay, fair enough. Moving on. I do know that that was a button. Before they made it like an 8-position knobby thing. I wish all this was for Train Sim, not Train Sim World. Train Sim World's a waste of time. But that was fun when it was a button, because you'd see guys after like the code drop on the 15, they put it in, you know, full brake and just start beating the shit out of the button until it shut up. I was always next to anyway. Wham the thing, which is probably why they changed. Which is probably part of the reason they changed it. You know, earlier I was saying, I wish they had like the buzzer and stuff. Fanroller, you said, AKA the Rippo M2s from the regular train simulator, and I feel like they could have done this so well if all they'd done was copied that for the M3, you know, but make the changes to sounds and physics for the M3s and taking that stupid resistors or whatever they're off the roof. Oh, you should see, I have a video up from the other day's live stream where I had an 80, and then I had a 40, and then about 2 seconds after that I had a 15, and the next signal was red. All in about within a car's length. The signal dropped from 80 to 15, and then I threw it in emergency, and I still couldn't stop before the signal. And then when I figured out what was in front of me, it was the train from Belmont Park crossing right in front of me. So, no, the ATC system in this, the whole game is fucked. I'm pushing it! The alerter's not much better, because you can be moving the handle all through the week and it will still go off. Or be in like breaks 6 and it'll go off. No, nothing matches. And then if you go on to Hempstead, you can't be on time coming westbound because you can't get anything above a 15 for like 3 miles past Garden City. It's not really 3 miles, you're just going 15, so it feels like a week. And a lot of this I just attribute to sheer laziness on the part of the developers. Because people always say, oh, well, maybe the way that the engine works, you can't... It's not like it's a train simulator engine. It's Unreal Engine 4. Like, they build all sorts of games with that thing. That are a lot more complicated than a damn train simulator. No, this whole thing is buggy as hell. There's a PM rush hour that I think this is the train it turns into that sits at Queens Village for like 10 minutes waiting for an inbound. That for some reason is wrong railing. Oops. I get to ranting and then I forget to watch the speed limit. The speed limit's wrong everywhere. So who gives a damn? Like, complaining about incorrect speed limits at this point is like, you know, just a waste of my breath. It's like just running how they want. Every interlocking you approach, whether you're crossing over or not, you have to go the diverging speed. You know, I give up. The fact that I still play this game surprises me. Why am I pulling to the 12-car marker? I've only got 10 cars. And, you know, the thing about the lateness that you can't avoid, did it again, didn't I? Is like if you didn't get these stupid points and medals, I wouldn't care. right? Okay, you're late. The Long Island Railroad's always late. Let's be honest. I commuted on the Long Island Railroad for a year to Ronkonkoma every day. I think my train was at least 5 minutes late. Probably 3 days a week. And when I say commuting, I'm reverse commuting, not during rush hour most of the time. You follow the speed limit, you're 2 minutes early. It's like the timetable is padded so much that they can have all the other trains running, but there's never anything else running. Hey. Yeah, we'll let you explore the world. You can even ride the trains, not only drive the trains. But you never can because they never run. P. Gavin, thank you for subscribing. I gotta wait a whole nother minute? Oh, to hell with that. I'm out of here. They can make me sit at a damn red if they want. I'm not sitting here. Like, that gets me too. It's like it says load passengers. The wheel goes around, and then it's like, wait until 1606. Like, well, why didn't you just make the stupid wheelie thing take till 1606? And then it dinged me a point because I was early. Shouldn't it be a good thing that you're early? Like, what's the problem with being early? You're early, you can't be... If you're early, you can't be late. So isn't that a good thing? Not according to Dovetail. Oh, shut up. I just literally moved the handle. Next up, New York Penn. I also love that scenario I did with the M7s a while back, earlier in this stream, where you come in on track 7. Because New Jersey Transit and Amtrak wouldn't have something to say about that. How is my speed code higher than my speed limit? I say this all the time. But now I'm just annoyed, so I'm like counting off the ways I can complain. I'm slowing it down. How is my speed code? You just dropped the speed on me back there. How does it not drop to 30 if I'm crossing over on a 30? Hello? And did you notice when we were pulling in, there's one sitting on track 10 or 11, too? So not only is Long Island Railroad hogging up track 7 with a train that nobody cares about, but they're also hogging up track 10 with a train that nobody cares about, who, And it's a westbound, so now you're going to have to make everybody who's in the Penn Station portion or who's in the Long Island Railroad portion of Penn Station run up the stairs, over to Amtrak or New Jersey Transit parts, and then down to track 7. Because you can't go into the yard from there. You can't get to West Side Yard. So it's just all around stupid. The Long Island Railroad is usually 15 to 21. They do go down as far as 13, 12. I've even seen one on... I guess that's as far over as I've ever seen them. Dovetail games. I like that. Yeah, it switches off and then it comes back on again. Whoops. My bad. I forgot how steep that gets. They should just rename the game Train Game World and drop this in. Yeah, you always cross over from like the outside track to the inside track, and if you have a 10-car train, you're on both switches at the same time as when it crosses back over. Makes no sense. That's why I call this game Train Sim World, the most accurate simulator ever. But it's a piece of shit. And you could make a simulator so freaking good and sell it so widely if it was good, right? This one, it's like, it's good, but if you know anything about trains or the Long Island Railroad, it's frustrating as hell. But the thing for us is that, yeah, we know a lot, but Train Sim 2020, we don't know too much to have fun. It's still fun because it's accurate. You know, if they made this correct, it would be fun. Or more fun. I still enjoy it. No, I still have fun with it, but it's also like, there's some things that are just like, I mean, I wouldn't even live stream it if it wasn't fun. But it's getting, I feel like it's getting worse too. Like the M3s were more buggy than the M7s were, which is saying something. And then the San Francisco Peninsula Corridor, or whatever that thing is called, is actually really good. What about the M7s? I'll take them too, because I like the M3s better than I like the M7s. But there's certain things with it. I mean, come on. You have the M7 door closings, door motor sounds. Yeah, that's true. They really don't sound right. I feel like there was just more laziness when they made the M3s. Like, they reused all the M7. Like, that door open. That is not an M3, that's an M7. Oh, wait, I'm at pen. Like, how is this possible? I can't even get out! Clearly it must be sort of fun if I've already made level 12. Hey, there we go. Stop accuracy of Jamaica, 0.35 yards. Return to free roam. Like, I can't even get out of the damn train. So now I got in the middle of Penn, jump down, and now I gotta go find one of those step stools. That dude just disappeared. That dude just disappeared. That is a nice logo, though. You hear that? That sound should not be on these cars. Do I want to give up control over Unconquered Penn? Yeah, it's in Penn. Yeah. I get more points now? When does it leave again? I'm so confused. Doors are open on the wrong side. Alright, people, I don't know where it's going, but... It's not gonna leave till 7:15? What kind of bullshit is that? I wonder if this would be possible. Hold on. Does this stupid thing really have an hour layover? That might work with the... Why does this always happen? They love making characters stand right on the edge of a damn platform. But this guy's just staring... What are you, making sure that light stays on? Hey, numbnuts. Make sure that light don't turn off, okay? Yeah! Wait, why is the doors closed? Quick, get on. The door lights never turn off. Nope, we got another log jam here. So, what, did the tour group miss the bus? Yeah, stand a little closer, lady. Jesus. Make like a real employee and just sit in the window seat on one of these and promptly fall asleep for an hour. That's not possible. To have all three of those lights on at once. Turn the lights off. And you can't even pull the brake cord on this equipment. Alright, well, I'm not sitting here for an hour, so... Go to the main menu? Yeah, let's do that. Stupid setup. Okay, fair enough. Which equipment do we want? You have 40? I'm not doing all local stops. To hell with that. The dildo. San Francisco to Gilroy. I'm looking for one. There we go. There's one. Not that I know the damn stops, but... So they actually made the train numbers correct here, unlike the Long Island Railroad? Interesting. Did they actually make the stops correct? Unlike the Long Island Railroad? You know the sad part? There's more service on the Northeast Corridor branch than or line than there is on the Long Island Railroad. Oh, this loaded well. Do not move dynamic brake to set up until throttle has been idle for 10 seconds. Okay. Probably won't do that. But... ditch lights pulse. Oh, got it. Yeah, they do want more service. And they'll probably get it at some point. But never. Feel like a parking brake on or something? I mean, everything's released. Yep, that'll do it. Probably not really a crossing, but what the hell? You think they put enough headlights on this thing? Pep. Actually, a switch for that? It's got really quiet in this engine. If only they did a lot of things in this game. Alright, fine. Horn got stuck. Notch 8, it just means there's 8 notches on the throttle, which is how far you pull the throttle. Now we can go notch 8 and hold it. Now we're number 75. It's like what does kind of annoy me is that this route showed what they could do if they wanted to. You know, so when you go back and you look at the Long Island Railroad, it's like, really? You had to... Why couldn't you... You did this one so right, why couldn't you have done that one so right? Headset starts to bother me after a couple of hours. PTC on this route. Move train 5 feet. Cancel out the ATC dump. Restart. Recharge the brakes. Move train 5 feet. I'm surprised I got the screen mounted in the right place. I mean, you know. Should find someone who knows Unreal 4 and see if you can get them to go in and fix this game. Sometimes I feel a little bad about talking so much crap about Dovetail games. And then I play Train Sim World again. And then I play this route and go, but this is good! And then I go play a different route and I go, so why isn't this? It came out after! And then I stop feeling bad about what I said again. It's a vicious cycle. Ooh. Whenever there's not a virus out trying to kill everybody, and I've got some time, I want to go to San Francisco and actually fan all this stuff. Yeah. You know, the one that makes it dangerous to travel. Yeah, seriously, that's part of it. Although, when the hell do we have time to do it anymore? Between your working and my job potentially starting back up. I can't, I'll just be back at work. No, it's amazing how much you've been working. interesting platform. Yeah, once I start working again, we gotta find out what schedule from, like, what my schedule is gonna look like. That's the really old days. I mean, everything in this part of the country is low level, though. There we go. What? Oh, you're talking to him. It's like, what are you talking about? They've got that route. Well, they've got it for Train Sim 2020. Although they made it an old, they based it off what it looked like back in the, what, 50s or 60s or something? Go unload, you stupid locomotive. close enough. What the fuck? You can't jump out because you hit your head, and the platform. If you step out, oh, that time it worked. Climb up, climb down. See, you're not on the platform. Stupid crap. Gonna still make Hillsdale, Palo Alto, Mountain View. Oh, and that's it. So, oh, the next one's close. And then a little farther, then close. Okay. It's a nice run. They did this thing as a full stopper the other day. Like a local. Oh my god, does that take forever. Alright. Yeah, wow. 75 to 79. What an improvement. Yes, they do. You gotta be on your game for this road. Which I wish was like the Long Island Railroad. Does that mean they're doing track work? question. I'm assuming this is a quiet zone. Seriously, it's not? That's loud. Okay, I want to go to that spot. Is that a quiet zone? No. They actually have to blow their horn at all 16 of those crossings or whatever they were. Alright, my passengers don't like me after that one. A school bus? I don't know. Palo Alto next. Ooh. Hey, if it works, it works. As long as the train gets stopped, the train is doing what it's supposed to do. Heads up! It is pretty nice. All right, have a good one, man. Oh, no, that's just a funky bridge. Play TS 2020 all the time. Bye. But, that is about Train Sim World. I was considering streaming the M2 and the M4 tomorrow, actually. Either that or finally figuring out how that London Underground route I have works. The Metropolitan line, I think it is. Only from Harlem to Grand Central? No, if I stream them tomorrow, which I might, it'll probably be from, might go all the way from, like, you know, New Haven or something. I keep forgetting that every time I come back in, I gotta get up and sit down. Man, there's a lot of crossings out here. Do I like the British routes? Yeah, they're okay. I don't have most of them, but I've played a few of them. I had that. I've got the three earliest. The one that came with Train Sim World, and then the next two. But they're on my PlayStation. I don't have them for the computer. TS 2020, not really. Spend most of my time on TS 2020 with Metro North and other US-based commuter rail stuff. Oh, wait, no one. Five crossings. Oops. I blew through a quiet zone. Yeah, she's turning the radio on. Well, I turned the radio on, but it still didn't turn on. There you go, straight to 8. MML, ECML, what is that? East Coast Main Line, London Victoria to Brighton. What's the other one? damn flying here. Why would they take it away if it was one of the best? Oh, yeah, that'll do it. I love how they keep putting up, like, you know, people at work signs, like road work signs, on the right of way. Okay, so that's a lot of different lines. Those are all available for 2020? Come on, roll a little. Oh, next step's the last step. Okay. The AP packs? AP? Oh, it's one of the developers. Why is that gate down? See, nothing over there. Alright, I think it's almost time for me to get some dinner, so this is gonna be the last service of the stream. When we get to our final stop on this one, we're gonna end there for today, so I can go get some to eat. But tomorrow, same time, same place. Still got another 10 minutes here on this run, so nothing wrong with that. But just like you know, at the end of this trip, that'll be the end of the stream for today. But tomorrow again, 4 p.m. Such a nice road. They did such a good job with this. And like coming up when you pass the yard and I guess like maintenance shops and all that. Maintenance scenarios? I don't think so. You mean the ones where you're just pulling a train out of maintenance and stuff? Like the timetables for it? Or real scenarios? I don't think so. Why? No, I didn't get the SW 1500 for this. Is it really worth it? What is it, $20? Maybe that'll be tomorrow then. Maybe that'll be tomorrow. The damn like the timetables they have for the SW1000 for Amtrak, it's ridiculous because they say on them right at the top, it's like this takes 2 hours of switching work. It's like, jeez. All right, see ya, man. Yeah, park that a little closer with the headlights on. Jeez. Sounds like something you get fired from an railroad for. I almost said airline. All right. I want to thank everyone for watching, and have a good evening. Like I said before, I'll be on again tomorrow around 4, same as today. Alright, 4 p.m. tomorrow, and Vanderbilt was right, maybe we will be playing with the new SW1500 for this route. We'll see. Just gonna finish up here. And main menu. So again, thank you all for watching. Have a good evening.